Hey y'all, it's your girl Dr. Nasdaq clocking in with another video. I'm in my Merry 5 pip miss listing, wishing 5 pips on anybody watching this video. If you're looking for a trading community, you can go join my free Telegram. It's going to be in the description below. Today's topic is on how to get out of a rut. You guys know I've been in a rut the last couple months due to depression and my parents. What I recommend is starting a YouTube channel. Share your story on YouTube, vent. Don't hold like your feelings and your thoughts in, vent. Go see a therapist. Sometimes, therapy is expensive. YouTube is free. Create a YouTube channel, share your story on YouTube. You will, attract viewers who are, basically viewers who can relate to you. So just, don't feel ashamed or scared to share your story. I've, been there. I'm about to tell you guys a story that I've been, kind of ashamed to tell the world. Like in 2020, I almost drowned myself. I almost killed myself. Like I just literally basically died and lived again like Kanye West. And that was just due to a whole bunch of emotions piling up. I was just so angry at the world, angry at my parents. I just, was one of those, kids who were supposed to be adopted. I was a bastard child. You guys know my parents didn't get along. Like I just had a whole bunch of just emotions that were just overwhelming. And it was just really messing with my mental. Like I ended up in the mental hospital for real. Like I have gone through it. And I used to be like scared to tell people or let people know, but I don't care. Like being in that psych ward changed my life. Like I felt out of my mind, like Nicki Minaj and B.O.B. Like, you know what I mean? Guys, don't be afraid to share what you've gone through, because if I didn't share my story or come on YouTube and tell like stories on what I've gone through in regards to my parents, depression, all that, I wouldn't have realized so many other people are going through the same thing. And once I kind of started getting DMs from people and da 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 da, I was just like, oh my God, I'm so happy I came on YouTube and vented to the world because other people are going through it. And I guess my story is kind of healing to some people, or they can like just relate to my pain. Only care about opinions of others who can relate to your pain. Like I had to stop caring about people's opinions who grew up in like a healthy environment, who grew up with parents that were married, parents that liked each other. Like I had toxic parents, and like both my parents pretty much mistreated me. Like even my stepmom, like I can't eat, this, that. Like I went through a lot of mental, emotional abuse. My own mom was kind of just like neglecting me and pushing me off to the side. And it's like, what if I had died when I tried to drown myself? How would she get to the US? Like, why is she, relying on me to bring her to the US? Like, it's just like a whole bunch of, just messed up things that my parents did. And it was just kind of like real messed up. And I just wouldn't have had behavioral mental health issues, all of this, if I just had parents who had different parenting styles. Like my parents pretty much had to label me a liar and all this because he just did a whole bunch of dirt, and they kind of had to just label me a certain type of person before they revealed a lot of things to me, because they were just mad about the way things went down. When I ended up in the mental hospital, like my dad almost went to jail. It turns out my mom was calling me. Like, you guys gotta realize everything in your life happens for a reason. Like when, I almost, drowned and killed myself. After following that event, the universe revealed just a whole bunch of just like mistreatment, like my parents did. Like my mom just, was taking from me. My dad didn't really want to take care of me. He was kind of just, allowing mental, emotional abuse to happen to me from my stepmom. Then it turns out my own mom is karmic, just as karmic as my stepmom. And that's why I'm just so happy I, wasn't close to any women in my family, and, kind of just ducked off and isolated myself. I just have to realize I have to create my own family with different morals and a different way of thinking. And sometimes, everything in your life just, happens for a reason, just to, just so the universe can reveal a lot of things to you that you just didn't know previously. Like for me, I had a whole bunch of behavioral issues. Like I would go around just doing things just for attention. And it just kind of like took an event like that happening for both my parents to care about my mental health, because I don't think if my dad, didn't almost go to jail and all this, he wouldn't have given a shit about my mental health. And, the universe just had to, make him feel the same type of mental stress that I felt. Same thing with my mom. Like when she's quick to tell me I'm grown, this, that, and kick me off to the side and take my stuff and like give it to my two younger sisters. They don't realize how much that shit like messes with your mental, how much pain and all that causes you. But when it's like when something like that happens, it's just an eye awakener, and it kind of just makes people feel the same type of pain you felt. Oh, well, at least I felt. And I'm just never ever getting back to a point in my life where it's like I'm so low vibrational that I'm having suicidal thoughts and suicidal ideation. If you're having those type of thoughts, go find help. And that's why I share my story. I've been there. I have been at rock bottom, and I'm never going back into survival mode. I have mastered my mind. Like mindset is everything. I've learned to just not seek revenge, do a whole bunch of craziness, but that is due from years of just toxic mistreatment from my stepmom and all this. And then that kind of made me realize my dad didn't really care about me. If this is going on, nothing is being done about it. Everything that is put into the universe really comes back to you. So all that negative energy and all that negative things like both my parents put just kind of came back to them in a different form. So you got to realize everything you put out really comes back to you. And that's why I put out positive thoughts, positive energy. I don't let people mess with my mental anymore, where it's like I'm putting out negativity into the universe. When people do that, they just want you to become a negative person and try to block your blessings. Don't treat people the way they treat you. I had to learn that that also blocks your blessings, because before I kind of believed in treating people the way they treated you, and I just stopped doing that, because I'm just like, look at those people's lives. And people who kind of treat people bad or don't have the best morals, you just see it just basically just based on how they live and their lifestyle and all that. And I wouldn't trade lives with them. I don't want to have the same morals as them. Like if my own like I guess siblings, dad, like people in your family gotta try to put you down in some type of way, you are doing something right. If they gotta find a reason to put you down, you're doing something right. Then I found out like my own grandma was taking from me. It was just like a whole bunch of mess. Like sometimes it be your family who be doing you like the dirtiest. It's the people closest to you that really be trying to do you the dirtiest. And just finding stuff out like that really just made me mad and pissed off, because at the end of the day, it's like they try to put you down, but they don't have, like, what I mean? It's like nobody doing better than you is going to be trying to put you down or lower your vibration. It's always going to be people lower than you, or people who are envious or jealous of you, and kind of just they don't want to see you elevate past them or be doing better than them, pretty much. So you got to isolate and protect your energy, for real. I learned that the hard way, for real. I'm telling you guys, the best way to get out of a rut is to go vent, go make a channel, share your story. Don't be afraid of people's opinions. Words can't hurt you. People's comments can't physically hurt you. It can hurt you mentally, but you just gotta get used to people talking shit. Like, I've been there. People constantly putting me down, trying to, point out my insecurities, this, that, lower my self-esteem because they realize I'm such a confident person. When people realize that they can't break you, or like you kind of have a unstoppable mindset, you are kind of intimidating to them. Like, my authenticity is intimidating, because even my own brothers, my dad sometimes be putting me down, and that's when I realized my authenticity is very intimidating. Like my cousins, like, I'm telling you, I just had to realize, I am who I am. I'm a queer woman, and I just gotta, live in my authenticity and not really care about people's opinions. Because at the end of the day, a lot of them wish they could call themselves Richard Millie. My initials is RM for a reason. So what I recommend is definitely going and venting, share your story. I'm telling you, sometimes I just feel like shame, because it's like nobody should, have gone through what I went through. Like, people will be like, oh, something's wrong with you, da 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 da. But who wouldn't have the issues I did? You know what I mean? Like, I just grew up in just like a very toxic environment, a broken home. Like, of course I'm gonna have issues. Of course I'm gonna have mental health issues if I went through like mental, emotional abuse and stuff like that. And basically the only like reason people cared is because they almost got locked up. They weren't doing anything about it. So you got to realize everything happens for a reason, because back then my dad wasn't doing anything about it. So years later, he's like almost locked up. Like, you got to just realize everything you do comes back to you. So always do good to people. Like, don't do bad. Pretty much keep your energy positive. Like, I've had people try to do me wrong, play me, but at the end of the day, I got the last laugh, and I stopped doing the same thing as people who don't have what I want, because those are the same people trying to block my blessings, sabotage me. I stopped vibing around people like that, and stop hanging around insecure guys, because at the end of the day, they try to project like their insecurities onto you. They're trying to play you or downplay you because they're insecure in themselves. And honestly, a lot of them kind of just wish they were me, and it was just kind of like messed up. And I just had to realize I'm just a cool ass person, and a lot of people just can't be as cool as me, or don't have the same charisma or confidence as me, and they kind of wish they did. And I just kind of like distanced myself and just went ghost mode and leveled up my life and stopped caring about people like that. Sometimes you gotta cut off the people that's closest to you, like even if it's family. Like, you gotta just really level up your life and cut people off who aren't treating you how you're supposed to be treated, who don't want to see you win. Make sure your circle is filled with people who want to see you win. And that's pretty much it. You can get a journal also and kind of write out your thoughts and emotions. And I'm just like one of those kids that just really went through the ringer. And a lot of my behavioral issues be stemming from like childhood mental emotional abuse, and a lot of things I do, and just my lashing out and getting angry and aggressive towards people is because of that. And I just had to learn to control my anger and just kind of let things go, because I was one of those going around just doing a whole bunch of stuff, causing a scene, doing too much. And I kind of just learned to just let go and forgive. And that's the main reason my parents had to kind of reveal everything the way they did, because they had to, be slick when revealing all the mistreatment they did and all that stuff. And it's just kind of like messed up. And I had to realize the people putting me down and all that just kind of, secretly wish they were me. and are just, you know, envious and jealous. And I kind of just had to stop getting angry and stop letting people get a reaction. I had to really learn no reaction is the best reaction. Stay calm and just not get hot-headed and angry like, you know, people want me to get, and that's the reaction a lot of people want or, you know, have gotten from me. I just kind of, you know, stopped giving them a response, and I just, you know, started distancing myself because, you know, the people that want to see you hot-headed, the people want to see you fail, the people that are putting you down, it's for a reason. They want to, you know, get into your head. Ignore those people. You got to master your mind. Once you master your mind, you have everything. I used to have a cluttered mind. I used to not have a sober mind. Like, I've been there. You got to master your mind, and that's just key to everything. But don't forget to thumbs up this video and subscribe.